worst.
You're the worst.
How they can when you add someone, can't they see like your previous like Skype like updates or whatever. And
yeah, and then she saw my previous update, which was, and this is a story from DayZ, is what this is from.
Oh,
but
yeah.
she saw my previous update of, I've blown a man up and fed him his own flesh.
I think you can tell that story would transition well into the last topic, but we're not quite done with this one.
Okay, yeah, okay.
No,
I'll tell that story at the end. But yeah, so basically, like that was one of my big experiences. The professor, I hope like that was weird. Another thing is what I'm doing right now with my camera. That whole shelf right there, it's got all my light novels on it, and it normally has like a figure on it too. But I was like, I gotta take that down. It's not gonna be there. Oh, it's bad too. And it was funny. The logic that went through my head when I bought that figure, I was like, okay, I was like, this is so. I thought I was thinking about it one day. I was like, really dumb when people buy anime figures. I was actually thinking that, and I was like, but I really want one right now.
But they look really nice. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get one, and I did. And it wasn't actually an anime one. It was a Vocaloid, which is arguably worse. But.
Ooh. Sorry, Mr. Vocaloid.
Whoa.
Keep those. We'll keep those Chinese cartoons away
I'm
from
looking
you.
after the side here because I'm looking at it while talking.
I have a question about my power level.
Yeah.
Because I don't watch a lot of anime. I have watched anime.
Your power level's low, dude, but it's like really hidden.
But like
No,
I
it's
never,
not.
I never talk about it. But then also like I gain a lot of like anime knowledge and manga knowledge from just hanging around with other weebs. So do I have like do I have some like second hand power level? Like what's the deal with that?
Second hand power level, maybe.
Like I don't.
I feel like okay, you could say that because you have, this is my opinion, because
like I'm familiar with anime tropes and whatnot.
That's what I was gonna say. So like you have like that power level, like it's present, but it's also like it's really easy for you to hide it because you don't really care.
So I'm kind of
like somebody, like for me, like I'll be talking to someone, and like this one time this guy, I was in a project with him, and he said something like, he like legitimately said like, yeah, I didn't do it for you. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, that's exactly how I said it. And in my mind, I'm thinking, like, oh, man, what a tsundere. Like, as a joke. And, like, if I had, I want to say that just to be ironic and funny, but you wouldn't get the joke, and it would just be really cringy. So I feel like, I feel like that is, like, for you, you don't have that, right? You don't have that urge to just make yourself seem like a total faggot in front of everyone.
I don't have that urge.
So,
see, I do that. I enjoy that. I think because when I was younger, I had a pretty big power level. I was kind of I was a huge faggot. Weeboo. And then I
was a huge faggot weeboo.
I was, dude.
Can we get that quoted?
Like hand signs and all that, dude. I read the manga, I watched animes, and then when I got older, I kind of like in high school at one point, I just kind of stopped watching anime, but I would always hear you guys talk about it. So it was like, even though I was kind of taking a break, I felt like I still was getting like, I was like getting like your second hand like power level in its way.
Exactly. Just I
feel like
you're sustaining. You're not losing any power level. You're just like sustaining it with the second-hand knowledge.
I watch anime again now, and then so it feels like every time I go out, I feel like I have a gigantic power level. Which kind of one point it brings me that I had written down, which is in regards to power level. Have you ever been in a Broly versus Krillin situation? If you know what I mean by that. Like, where you're this fucking
strongest one, right?
Yeah, some fucking shitter who thinks they're so strong, but it's like, son, you ain't shit, like, and you gotta hide your power. Have you ever had that? Where it's like some fucking shithead, and they're talking about anime, and it's like, oh my god.
Yes. Okay. So, had this thing the other day. By the other day, I mean probably it was last semester, so it was before. It was back in March. Like it was a while ago. And I was on the 3rd floor, and I was waiting for my class to start, and I'm sitting there, and I don't even know. Oh, because I remember what it was. It was my fault. I did this to myself. Guy's sitting there, he's reading his like Sword Art Online light novel, and in my head I'm thinking like, oh, Sword Art Online. I was like, dude, only like 25% of that was good. Like, what are you doing? That's like in my head, and I'm like, I decided in that moment, I was like, no, I want to like somehow show my distaste. So I was like, oh,
you just walked right up to him. You said, "You're a fucker."
I said, how are you? No, I said, oh, like SAO. How are you liking that? It's like, oh yeah, I'm really liking it. I like. Actually, his voice is more like, I'm really liking it. I bought GGO chapter, which is currently airing in the 2nd season of the anime, and I was like, oh yeah, I watched the 2nd season anyway. I mean, the 1st season I didn't like the 2nd half, but I thought maybe the 2nd season would get better. And he's like, what do you mean? I was like, well, I just like, I didn't like it. Like, if you look at it, like, they had a good premise, and then they sort of, like, it went everywhere. It, like, they decided to, hit every trope at once of the anime, which a lot of people enjoy, which is great. It's fun if you enjoy that. I'll just hate you for it, but what does my opinion matter? And then they're like, so, like, he did this thing with his face, where, like, his eyebrows became one. And then he was like, what do you like? I bet you like Naruto. And like, in that moment, like, my class started. I had to leave, but like, that challenge right there, where it's like,
I bet you like Naruto.
He thought I had no
like,
knowledge.
this guy thinks he's hot shit.
Yeah, he thinks he thinks
and it's that, like, dude, if I, like, you don't know how fucking Super Saiyan I could go on you right now, bro.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, dude, bro. Like, I could have been like, oh, how many animes you got on your anime list? I bet you're, like, rated everything at, like, a 9. Your average is, like, 9.1. You got, like, what, 15, buddy? Try 178.
Jesus.
I hate my life.
And your average score, too, is, like, 6.
6.8, yeah.
You fucking hate everything.
I fucking hate everything. I messaged Moonjin the other day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I'm watching a show. Because I know I'll hate it, just so I'll have another low rating.
Just to balance out the averages.
Because I'm like... Yeah,
gotta bring it down to a 5.
There was an anime I started this season, and I thought it would be like a 6. Like, which I don't mind watching a 6. Like, a 6 is fine, right? Like, I can get enjoyment out of it, but it's not great, right? So I don't mind that. But it ended up being like an 8, and I was like, fuck, dude. I have to watch something so horrible. It will get nothing over a 4. And, like, I'm watching this, and it's, like, making me want to vomit. It was horrible. It was, like, one of those, like, harem, ecchi, superpower, shitty main character shows. I couldn't stand it, dude. It was the worst.
It sounds like a 9.0 to me, dude.
I hate you. I mean, yeah.
Did he, I'm gonna guess he didn't even kiss any of the girls.
No, I hate that, dude. Like, what, like...
What a god.
Like, your choices in those shows are between... In a harem, you have 2 choices, okay? You pick a girl, bang the shit out of her. She's gonna, for some reason, gonna be with you forever. And then, you know, fuck the other girls, right? Or, you can have all of them be interested in you. You have to act oblivious. You never actually get, like, anything more than an accidental grope. Or, like, they fall on your face, and, like, that would really hurt, man. They, like, break your nose with their vagina. But you never actually get any, like, hands-on anything. So, yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know why none of them make a choice. I hate it. I can't stand it.
Oh my god.
But that is just, like... Anyway.
That's a very good story. I enjoyed that.
Yeah. So that's my Oh fuck. Right. I feel like I've taken up this whole thing.
No.
I turned it into a rant.
It was your
It is
topic,
a rant.
so
It is your topic, yeah.
Okay. Fuck. The worst. I'm trying to think, cause like, I've had times where like, I haven't hit, like there was one time specifically where I didn't hide my power level, and I after, like at the time I thought nothing of it. I was like, I had people behind me talking about an anime I really like, so I turned around, I talked to them about it. They had different opinions than me, but I was like, whatever, like that's cool. You'd like the same anime as me. That's great. I love that. And then later, that anime, like I watched more. Cause that was like I feel like let's say like. Back when I had watched 50 animes, I was like, I've watched like 50 animes. I've watched a lot. But now, like when I've watched like almost like quadruple that, because I'm a total loser, and I'm like thinking about that, and I'm just like, oh, like that was a horrible anime. Those people have horrible opinions, and like I cringe at myself now for talking to them about it. So now in everyday society, I'm like, no, my power level stays hidden.
Your power level's too high, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm kind of blessed by like knowing people like you, Norman. I'm not delusional. I don't think that I have this high power level. I'm pretty shit. I don't know anything about anime. I like a couple of them. Yeah.
God. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably the healthier way to go, man. Like, you've seen an anime, you watched it because it was in your eyes a television show, and I feel like as long as you still think of it as a television show, you're okay.
When you start thinking of it as animes as like a separate thing, because they really are. I know. They really are TV. They are TV. You know. If you start seeing it's like these are animes. These are my animes.
That's how I think of it, though.
Then like
it depends.
That's crossing like a weeble line, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So let's. I think we should get into the next one because I think that's all I have to say.
Last topic.
Last topic.
Yeah, I was saying earlier, like I'm gonna help you segue in here if you don't mind.
Bring it back.
Yeah. Okay. So like I was saying, when I
professor. Yeah.
I had to talk to my professor right on Skype. I had to change my Skype message, which was it was like a short blurb that was from like when I was playing DayZ with Zagana here, and like when we're in that game, we do a lot of role playing just because like that's fun, right? Yeah. And like I remember this one time specifically. We were on one server. The server went down. We had been in the middle of a gunfight. So we hopped servers. And these bandits from this other server followed us, and they trapped me in a house, they flashbanged me, they tied me up, and they took all my shit, and they were like, they kept saying stuff like, are you guys shooting at us from the other server, and like all this stuff, and I like lied like my ass off. And they, like, it didn't work. Because like I'm trying to stay in character at the same time while like lying my ass off, it just doesn't work. And, and we always roleplay as Russian guys, right? So like, basically... He says like, wait, he like takes off the bag that was on my head, and he unties me, and they're all pointing guns at me, and they're like, if you can run to the end of the street before we shoot you, you get to live, but if you don't, then you're dead. And I'm like, okay. So I open my inventory, and I look at what they left me with. They left me with like a shirt, some rags. Yeah, left me with a shirt, some rags, and a grenade.
A grenade? Why?
No, dude.
Of all things, you know.
I just leave me
shirt,
alone.
rags, grenade.
Leave me with a grenade.
Nothing they could do with a grenade.
So I like looked at them, and I was like, I just remember they're like, all right, we're gonna count down from 3. 3. Oh, no. What they said is what they did. They looked at me and they're like, any last words? And I didn't say anything. They're like, well, fine then. We're gonna count down from 3. And there's like 3, 2. And I was like, you can kill the men, but communism is eternal. I will return.